Interesting history facts Part 2. How much older is Oxford than the Aztec Empire? The University of Oxford is older than the Aztec Empire. The University of Oxford first opened its doors to students all the way back in 1096. By comparison, the Aztec Empire is said to have originated with the founding of the city of Tenochtitlan at Lake Texcoco by the Mexica, which occurred in the year 1325. Most prolific female murderer in history. The most famous female serial killer was a Hungarian countess, Elizabeth Bathory d'Axt. She was accused of torturing and killing over 650 young women. Most of them were between the ages of 10 and 14. When were pineapples introduced to England? In 18th century England, pineapples were a status symbol. Those rich enough to own a pineapple would carry them around to signify their personal wealth and high-class status. In that day and age, everything from clothing to houseware was decorated with the tropical fruit. What are Greek vampires called? In ancient Greece, they believed redheads became vampires after death. This was partly because redheaded people are very pale-skinned and sensitive to sunlight. Unlike the Mediterranean Greeks who had olive skin and dark features, why did Canada and Denmark fight over Hans Island? For over 30 years, Canada and Denmark have been playfully fighting for control of a tiny island near Greenland called Hans Island. Once in a while, when officials from each country visit, they leave a bottle of their country's liquor as a power move. What is a knocker in England? Before alarm clocks and way before smartphone alarms, there were people called knocker-uppers who would literally knock on people's window to wake them up in time for work. Up until the 1970s, knocker-uppers used a long stick, soft hammers, rattles, or even pea shooters to reach their clients' windows. What was found under Ben Franklin's house? In 1998, 1,200 bones from some 10 human bodies were found in the basement of Ben Franklin's house. Before you go crafting a murder mystery about the founding father, it was revealed that the bodies were used in the study of human anatomy. Tallest married couple ever. The tallest married couple ever recorded was Anna Haining Swan, who was 7'11", and Martin Van Buren Bates, who was 7'9". When she gave birth, Swan's baby was 22 pounds. When did Japan bomb Oregon? In 1945, a balloon bomb launched by Japan landed in Oregon. It fell upon by a woman and 5 children, who died when it exploded. These were the only World War II casualties on U.S. soil. What is the best preserved Egyptian mummy? Ramesses was discovered buried amongst 40 other mummies in a cache in 1881. The mummy itself was one of the best preserved ever found in Egypt. Unlike other mummies, Ramesses's nose was intact.